for joining me. Happy Friday. This is our falls prevention exercise class, and I'm Mary, your instructor. So let's get started by remembering always have a sturdy chair, have space around you to move safely with nothing in your way. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing and running shoes. Also, if you ever feel tired, feel free to take a break. No pressure here. Listen to your body, okay? And if you ever feel a sharp pain with one of the movements, don't do it. Just relax. If you ever have trouble breathing, chest pain, feeling dizzy, lightheaded, sick, irregular heartbeat, anything not normal, make sure you stop exercising at that point, okay? Now, let's start by checking our posture. We want to come towards the front of the chair. We don't want to be leaning against that backrest. So make sure you're sitting at the front. Find your sit bones. Make sure you're sitting on them nice and evenly. Feet on the floor, directly underneath your knees. Back nice and tall. And shoulders pressed back, relax down. Let's keep the head nice and tall and the chin tucked in. Let's start by doing some breathing in through the nose, reaching up, and out through the mouth, reaching out. 2 more. Again. And remember, if you happen to be alone exercising this morning, just give a friend or family member a call. Ask them to check in on you by phone in an hour to see how you're doing after exercise. Now let's start by using our neck. We want to look down and up, down, and just a little bit up, down, up. 3, 2 more, and last one. Now let's look right to left. Right, left. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's tilt our head to the right shoulder and tilt it to the left shoulder. 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Let's bring the chin forward and tuck it back in. Like a turtle, we're extending our neck forward and we're pulling it back in. Try to look forward, not down. Very good. Let's move on to our shoulders. Lift those up and lower them. Breathe as you come up and down. Good. Let's use our shoulders some more, but making arm circles. Bring your arms forward and up. Breathe in and back and down as you breathe out. Take your time. Warming up those shoulders. 1 more. Now let's go backwards. Bring the arms backwards and up and forwards and down. Breathing in and out. One more time. Breathing in and out. Good. Now let's bend our elbows and swing our arms behind us. Breathing in and out. 5. Let's do 5 more. Bend and swing back. Bringing those arms all the way behind you when you swing back. Very good. Now let's open the arms like we're swimming. Breathe. Open wide. And let's do a little reaching forward like you're swimming. And one more pair, each arm. Good. Hands at the armpits. Lift those elbows. Breathe in and out. 3, 4, 5. Good. Now let's do a little bit with our wrist and our ankles. So let's start with the right side, wrists and ankles in circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do it with our left side now. Lift that foot up off the ground and let's make a circle with our ankle and our wrist at the same time, going the same direction. And let's switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's lift up the right foot again, and this time let's point our hand and our toe down towards the floor and back up. Breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost there. 8, 9, 10. Now the left side. Lift. Point the toes and fingers towards the ground and towards the ceiling. Down and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost there. Last 2. 9 and 10. Good. Give those legs a little march as we breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now let's take our toes into the side and back in. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. 3, 4, 5. Now let's take the heel out in the front and back in. 1. Heel tap, back in. 2. Heel. 3, 4, and 5. Let's lift those knees up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Let's go back to using our wrists a little bit more, and let's do some palms up. Sorry, not the wrists, the shoulders. Palms up, palms down. Palms up, palms down. Breathe. Let's get a little bit wider as we keep flipping those palms and our arms up and down. All the way to the side and back towards the middle. Breathing. Opening wide. And coming together again. Let's do that one more time. And back in. Very good. Now let's do a little bit of reaching up and over with our right arm. Up and over the body. Left arm up and over. Right arm up and over. And left arm up and over. 3, 4, 5. Let's reach across our body horizontally to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now let's lift up our opposite foot and touch the inside of that foot. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Let's reach down towards the outside of one foot and towards the outside of the other. Bending on the side. Trying not to lean forward. 3. Breathe. 4. And last one. Very good. Now let's turn our upper body to the right 5 times. And then we'll turn our upper body to the left 5 times. Good. Now the left side. Turn, center. Turn, center. 3. 4. And 5. Very good. Now let's use our fingers and we're going to use our legs. So let's start by making fists and opening the hands at the same time. Lift your heels when you open your hands. Heels up, open the hands. Breathe in. 6, 7. Heels up, open hands. 8, 9. And 10. Now let's slide our feet forward and let's start tapping our toes. Now when we tap our toes, let's touch our thumbs with the first finger, thumbs and the middle finger, thumbs and the ring finger, thumbs and the pinky like this. Tap, 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 tap as you touch the fingers. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Feel that in the shins a little bit? Excellent. Okay, now let's start with some standing up and sitting down. So I want you to come towards the front of your chair first. Make sure you're away from that backrest. Feet should be apart so you're nice and sturdy when you stand. Slide the heels back as long as they're still touching the ground so you'll be close to your chair when you go to sit back down. Hands on your armrests, or if you don't need both armrests, try one hand on your leg or both. Let's lean forward and push up through those legs nice and tall. Shoulders back, relax them down, and breathe. Coming down, let's bend our knees, push the hips back as we reach for our armrest or the seat of the chair. On the way back up, let's breathe. Push up through your legs. Remember, have that good posture. Remind yourself, press the shoulders back and relax them down. Slowly sitting, carefully. Let's do 3 more. If you feel up to it this morning, let's give it a go. Push. Last 2. And 1 more time. Make sure you lean forward a little bit and push up through those legs. Excellent. Take a moment to see how you're feeling on your feet right now. Remember, if you're feeling lightheaded, dizzy, anything else not normal, make sure you take a seat and relax, okay? But if you feel all right, let's get a drink of water and let's start with some balance exercises. All right, first exercise we're going to do is a staggered stance. So we're going to have our right foot in front, our left foot to the back with space between them, okay? So first I want you to practice from the side, by the way. It looks like this. So the feet are not in a straight line. There's some space between them with the right in front and the left towards the back. Now, first I want you to practice holding this stance with your legs with as little support from your chair as you can, comfortably and safely. So if you're holding on with your whole hand, try reducing that to your palms and see how you feel. If you're holding with the palms, try reducing to the fingertips. If you're holding with the fingertips, try going to 1 or 2 fingers. Then down to hovering with your hands on top of the backrest. Now, we want to use both front and back leg equally, so don't put all your weight to the front leg or the back leg. Try to keep them equal. Let's try to hold this stance for about 10 seconds, preferably without holding onto the chair. You want to get yourself to a point where you feel comfortable lifting those hands up, even if it's for a second or two off of your backrest. Now, if you want a little more challenge for this balance exercise, let's bring our arms up over our head as we breathe in and bring them down to the sides as we breathe out. Let's do 4 more of those. Remember, if you're not quite comfortable doing this with your arms just yet, practice lifting them up above the back of the chair's backrest. One more time. Very good. Now, let's make it a little bit harder as well. If you feel you want more of a challenge, let's try lifting our hands up a little bit off of the backrest and turning our head to the right and slowly turning your head to the left. Let's do that 4 more times. Remember, if you're not quite comfortable lifting the hands up off the chair doing this yet, you can still hold on with a couple of fingers for a little more support while you turn your head right to left, right to left, and one more time, right to left. Very good. Now let's switch legs. This time we're putting that left leg in the front, right leg in the back. Same kind of stance, just switching the feet. Let's start by practicing getting to a place where we have less hand support holding on to our chair as we balance our weight equally through the front and the back legs till we come to a point where we might feel comfortable lifting those hands slightly above the backrest. And keep that core nice and tight. Keep looking straight ahead, standing nice and tall. Use both sides equally. Now, if you feel you can hold this stance for about 10 seconds, go right ahead. If you need a little extra challenge, bring the arms up over your head as you breathe in and bring them down as you breathe out. Let's try to do 4 more. Breathe. And last one. Excellent. Now, let's try turning our head side to side again. Remember, if you need to hold on with a little support, go ahead. Try to challenge yourself by lifting your fingers slightly up from the backrest. Let's turn to the right with our head and turn to the left with your head. To the right and slowly to the left, standing nice and tall. And remember, anytime you need to put your hands down onto that backrest, you can do so. Very good. All right, now let's practice a one-leg stance. So we're going to have space between our feet before we start. And we want to put our right heel on the ground with the toe pointing up. So from the side, I have that right heel on the ground, toe pointing up, and my opposite leg has a foot flat on the ground. Now bring your chair close enough to you that you have that support as you stand nice and tall. So what we're going to practice doing is lifting up the foot that has the heel on the ground as we hold onto our chair. So I want everyone to hold the chair. Lift that heel up. Get a sense for all your body weight being transferred to your left leg. Now try reducing the amount of support you're holding onto your chair until perhaps you feel comfortable with 1 or 2 fingers, lifting the fingers for a second or two, or lifting them and hovering with the hands above the backrest. Keep your stomach tight, look straight ahead, and just have that heel lifted up a little bit off the ground. Let's try to hold it for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Now remember, you can always put that foot down right away or your hands down right away onto the chair if you need to stabilize yourself quickly. Now, let's use the same exercise using your left heel on the ground in front, and you're going to be balancing on your right leg this time. Bring the chair nice and close to you. Have that left heel touching the ground, toe pointing up. Stand nice and tall. Hold the chair while you lift your heel up. Get a sense for the body weight all in your right leg now. And when you're ready, reduce the amount of support you're holding onto the chair until we can try to count to 10 holding this stance. Remember, keep the stomach muscles tight, look forward, stand tall, and just lift that heel a little bit off the ground. Use the whole right foot to balance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And remember, the longer you do this, the more you do this, the easier it'll become. So it is quite hard at the beginning, but don't give up on yourself. Now let's start with the same sort of thing, except this time we're going to take our right toe and put it on the back, behind us, on the ground like so. So this time, same sort of thing. We're going to have the hands on the chair. Then we're going to lift up that right toe, balancing all the body weight in your left leg, looking straight ahead, standing tall. Try to reduce the amount of support you're using with your hands until you feel perhaps you can balance without holding or with minimal support for about 10 seconds. Let's start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. See, you don't have to lift that foot up too high. You can have it nice and close to the ground. Now we'll do the same with our left toe on the ground. Space between the feet. Left toe tap on the ground and back. We'll start by holding onto the chair, lifting that left toe up, and then reducing the amount of support. Keep breathing, and let's count it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Now, another way you can practice that same exercise with a little less of a challenge would be to keep the heels and the toes on the ground while you're practicing, keeping your balance. Okay? So whichever you find challenging, keep practicing that one. Now, let's do a little bit of side stepping. So let's all go to the right side of the chair. And first of all, make sure that your feet are backed up from the chair's legs so that they won't get caught as you take 2 side steps to get to the other side of the chair. When we side step, we want to make sure the toes point forward and not to the sides. They should remain pointing forward as we side step. So let's take that left leg, let's step to the side, into the middle of the chair, and bring your right foot over. Then your left leg takes a nice big side step again and brings the right foot over. Let's do that again, going back to the right this time. Right leg steps to the right. Bring the left foot. Right leg steps to the right. Bring the left foot. Now, to make it a little more challenging, let's try looking straight ahead and not down at the feet and having one hand on your hips. Let's take that left foot again and step to the left and bring the foot over. Step to the left and bring the foot over. Going back again, you can switch hands if you like. Right foot, step to the side, bring your foot over. And right foot steps, bring the left foot over. And of course, to make it more challenging, maybe both hands can be on the hips. If you're not quite there with comfortability yet, you can keep your hand close by to the chair, but I want you to try hovering with your hand so that you're not touching, just keeping that hand close enough that if you need to grab, you can. So with either one hand hovering or both hands on the hips, let's take those side steps. Step, together, step, together, step, together, step, together. Very good. Now, next balance exercise. Let's take our feet shoulder width apart. Now we're going to be pressing up onto our toes, lifting the heels for 10 seconds straight. Now with this one, I want you to remind yourself, continue to breathe, and remind yourself to try to reduce the amount you're holding onto the chair until you feel maybe you can lift those hands for a couple of seconds while you're up onto your toes, or even for 10 seconds. But let's just give it a try. So from the side, feet are apart, standing tall, looking forward. Let's go up onto those toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. So if you started that one with holding onto the chair, now try maybe the palms only. Try fingertips or 1 or 2 fingertips. Maybe try lifting those fingers up for a few seconds. Let's breathe as we do this again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Remember, it's always okay to grab onto that chair if you need to stabilize. That's no problem. The more we practice, the easier it'll get. Let's breathe. And up we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you feel you need a little bit more of a challenge, you can always try reaching up with one arm as you keep the other arm holding onto the chair, or progress to hovering above the chair's backrest. So let's do a little bit of practicing that if you feel comfortable. If not, just keep practicing coming to a place where you can lift those heels and lift the hands a little bit as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And let's just do 3 more. Let's keep breathing. Looks like we're about to get a rainstorm here in Toronto. It's good for the plants. Water those flowers. Off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Last 2. Keep shaking those legs out. Get that blood flowing. And up we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. And last one. Remember, you can always hold that chair with that hand. If you want to try reaching up, that's fine too. Breathe. And up we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right, everyone, that's enough balance exercises for our class. Let's get started with our strengthening with our dumbbells, our weights. So if you happen to have a pair, go ahead and grab them after you get a water break. If you don't have any, just grab some water bottles, soup cans, vegetable cans, or just use your body by itself, and that's a great strength workout. All right. Take a moment to relax and breathe as you come to sit down after getting your water. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Very good. Now let's start with some weight workout, beginning with our triceps and shoulders. Let's point those palms towards your body, and we're going to bend the elbows, having that circular part of the weight come towards your shoulders. Breathe in, punch straight up, breathe out, bending, and straightening, coming down. 2, bend, and straighten. Breathing in, and breathing out. 3. Take your time. Remember, it's always better to strengthen the muscle. 4. Nice and controlled with the movement instead of doing it too fast. 5. Up, bend, and straighten slowly. 6. And remember, if you're feeling fatigued by 8 repetitions, it's okay to relax at that point. 7. Or whenever you feel you need to. 8. Final 2. 9. And 1 more to go. That's 10. Fabulous. All right, take a nice breather in through the nose and out through the mouth. Next up, we're going to work these muscles here called the deltoids. So we're going to bring our arms up to the side. It's okay to have a little bend in your elbows. Let's breathe in first. And breathing out, let's lift the arms just to your shoulder heights. No higher than here, okay? Breathing in and out. 2. 3. 4. Breathing in and out. 6. 7. Let's check that posture. Make sure we're at the front of the chair. 8. And we're not leaning on that backrest. 9. 1 more. You did it. Fabulous. Rest those arms by placing the weights on your lap. Shake your shoulders out. Breathe. Excellent. Now let your arms relax at the sides. We're going to use these muscles right here on the sides of your neck coming towards your shoulders by lifting up the shoulders up and down, holding the weight to give them some resistance. Let's breathe in and out. 2. Lift, lower. 4. 5. 6. Keep breathing. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. Let's put the weights on top of our thighs now. We're going to lift up those heels, creating some extra resistance for them to work against when we lift them. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now let's take our right leg and let's go out in front with the heel and tap the toe back. Let's do 10 of those. 2, heel and toe. 3. Make sure you're resting that weight on your leg and not lifting it up. We want that extra weight. 7, 8, 9. Are you feeling that in your thighs? 10. Good work. Let's do the left thigh. Same thing. Rest that weight on top of your thigh. Just use your hand so it doesn't roll away on the top of it. Heel in front and toe coming back as you bend. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 6, 7, 8. Last 2. 9 and 10. Very good. Let's go back to some upper body work. Let's do some rowing. This targets the upper back. So I want you to have your back straight and bend forward from your hips. So this means we don't round the back when we bend forward. We keep it nice and straight. So from the side, a slight bend forward. Now drop the weights down towards your shins and pull the elbows back. Weights at your ribs. Breathing in and out. 3, 4. When you pull your weights back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 6, 7. Almost there. 8. 9, 10. Lovely. Rest. Shake those shoulders out. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Now let's focus a little bit on using our biceps some more. So we're turning our chair back towards to face you, and let's use our arms, straightening them. Keep the palms facing forwards this time. Now we're going to bend one elbow and kick out that leg. We're going to bend the other elbow, kick out the other leg. Bend and kick. Bend and kick. 2. Breathe. 3. Bend and kick. Bend and kick. 4. 5. Breathing in and out. 6. 7. Breathe in and out. 8. 9. And one more time. That's 10. Very good, everyone. Rest your arms. Shake those shoulders out and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Excellent. Okay, now let's just do a little bit with our triceps. So from the side, we're coming towards the front of the chair as always. We're going to do that same forward bend. And this time we're going to slide your elbows back and straighten your arms. Bending and straightening. Breathe in and out. 3. Notice how only the forearms are moving. The upper arm stays stable. 4. 5. Breathe in and out. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more time. 10. Very good. And we'll do a little work with our wrists. So let's lift up those hands and twist the wrists up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now let's twist the wrist down. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rest the arms. Breathe. Shake those shoulders up. Now let's go one weight behind us. Let's just use the one weight and hold the top and the bottom. One hand for the top, one hand for the bottom. Wide legs. Let's do a little stirring the pot around in a circle. 3, 2, 3, 4, you're doing great. Keep it up. Breathe with me. And now the opposite direction. 1, feeling that in your shoulders. 2, we're almost there. 3, 4, and final 1. That's 10. Lovely. Shake those shoulders out. Excellent. Now let's grab that extra weight and let's do a little bit with our arms in a goalpost position. We want to bring the elbows towards each other and open them back up. Breathing in and out. Take your time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Remember, you don't have to complete all 10 repetitions. Wherever you feel fatigued, you can stop there. Breathing in and out. 7, 8, final 2, 9, and 10. Wow, very good. Shake those shoulders. Breathe. Excellent. Let's go back to our lower body. Let's place those weights back on our thighs, on top of them. Straighten out your right leg. Lift it up and down. Let's do that 5 times. Breathe in first. And out when you lift. 1, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. Last one. 5. Excellent. Working those thighs. Now your left leg. Straighten it out as much as you feel comfortable. Heel touching, toe up. Let's breathe in first. Breathe out and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Let's place one weight behind us again, and let's work our core muscles a little bit. So I would like you to make sure you're at the front of your chair. Now we're going to do a little bit of leaning back and forward, holding on to the weight at our chest. One hand on either side. Okay, so let's breathe in first. Breathe out and lean back a little bit. Breathe in, coming forward. And breathe out, leaning back a little bit. Remember, you don't have to touch your backrest. Only if you want a little extra challenge. 3, leaning back and coming forward. 4, from the hips, bend back, bend forward. 4, 5, 6, keep breathing in and out. 7, 8, last 2 if you feel comfortable with it. 9, and 10. Very good. Now let's take our arms and reach up as if we're placing this weight on a shelf. 1, bring it back to your chest. Breathe in and place it up on that shelf. 2, bringing your arms up at an angle. 3, above you. 4, 5, breathe in and out. 6, 7, almost there. 8, we'll just do one more weight exercise after this. 9, 10, lovely. Shake those arms and shoulders out. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lovely. And final weight strength exercise we'll do is our overhead press. So let's take our weights and bring our arms in that goalpost position where I see your palms or your fingernails. Breathe in first. Breathe out as you push straight up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and out. 7, feel the muscle burn, working hard. 8, you're doing so good. Push. And that's 10. We did it. Let's get rid of the weights, put them in a safe place, and let's get a drink of water before we do a little bit of standing strengthening for our legs and stretch everything out. How's everyone feeling? Hope you're doing okay. Remember, if you need to have a little extra break, not a problem. Listen to your body, okay? You know best. Let's start with some leg strengthening by doing squats with a step to the side. So let's stand behind our chair, holding onto that chair. Feet together. We're going to bring our right leg to the right, and we're going to squat like this. Step to the right so you have a nice amount of space between your legs, and then you're squatting, pressing your hips back, bending your knees, not letting the knees come past the toes, letting the body weight rest in the heels, and looking straight ahead. Then bring that right leg back in. So let's try to do 5 to the right and 5 to the left. Let's breathe as we go. Back to the right, step out, squat, and come back in. Remember, it's always okay to hold your chair for these ones. Let's step it out, squat, and bring it in. Doesn't have to be a big squat. Just make sure you feel that weight in the heels. Step it out, squat, and bring it in. 3, 4, and one more time. Step, squat, bring it in. 5, very good. Now let's do it to the left side. So start by holding your chair, feet are closer together. Bring that left leg now to the left, big step out. Squat, push your hips back, bend your knees, bring your leg in. Step, squat, and bring it in. Let's breathe. Step, squat, and bring it in. Just 2 left. Step, squat, bring it in. And last one. Very well done, everyone. Now let's make it a little bit more challenging by squatting for 10 seconds 5 times. Now if you find that it's enough of a challenge for you to hold it 5 seconds 5 times, just go with that, okay? So let's have those feet nice and far apart, just a little squat, not deep, okay? Let's breathe. I'm going to count in my head, 10 seconds starting now. Good. Make sure that those hips are moving back and the knees are bending but not past your toes. Looking forward. Breathe. 10. And that's 10 seconds. Lovely. Just 3 left to go. If you feel comfortable, breathe through out. Starting now. 10. Very good. Final 2 pairs. 10. That's it. And just 1 left to go. We should be feeling that in our legs now, upper legs. 10. Excellent. Shake those legs out and breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. focus on the back part of our thighs. We're going to be bending one knee 5 seconds for 5 times. And then the opposite leg, 5 seconds, 5 times. So let's start with our right leg. Hold your chair. Feet are fairly close together. Let's breathe. And bend that knee. Point your toe down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Breathe in. And out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To left. Bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just the last one now. Let's breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Shake those legs out. Now your left leg, same thing. Let's start by standing tall, holding that chair, breathing in, and out. Left leg, bend, toe down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just one left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Shake those legs out and breathe with me. All right. Let's start with some stretches now. First thing we're going to do is have some nice wide legs. You can have yourself behind your chair with wide legs. I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see what I'm doing a bit better. Let's warm up by bending one knee and keeping your other leg straight. Side lunging, as they call it. So you want to kind of push those hips back. Bending one knee, your weight rests on that leg's heel. And then to the other side. Breathing in and out. The wider the legs, the more sturdy you'll feel with this one. Now we're going to hold it for a stretch. Let's breathe in first. And breathing out, bend that one knee, push those hips back, keep that weight on the bent leg side heel. Other leg is straight, breathe. Feel the stretch in your inner thigh. Standing up, breathing in, and breathing out, bending the opposite side. Very good. Now let's stretch our calf muscle. So let's come close to the backrest, holding on to it. Take a nice big step back with one leg. And bend the front knee. Don't let that knee come past your toes. Keep that back leg straight and heel on the ground. For an added balance challenge, you can try placing one hand on your hip if you're comfortable. Breathe. If you need more of a stretch, bend your front knee a little bit more. Let's step forward and switch legs. Make sure that knee does not come past your toes in a vertical line. If it's hard to keep your back heel on the ground, you may need to slide your legs a little closer. Remember to breathe throughout the stretch. Good. Let's stretch the backs of our legs by holding onto the chair and walking backwards till your head rests between your shoulders. Breathe. If you feel lightheaded looking down, keep your head up. Breathing. You want your back straight, parallel to the ground. Come back in slowly. And let's take a seat and finish off with some seated stretches. Slowly and carefully now. Let's start by breathing in together. Fingers together, inside out. Reach up as high as you can. Stretch. And hold the stretch as you breathe. Good. Release. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Up with the arms. And down. Again. Let's stretch sides of our neck. Leaning one ear towards the same side shoulder. Breathe 3 deep breaths for me in through your nose and out through your mouth. Over to the opposite side with your head. Good. Now drop your chin down and press your shoulders backwards. Good. Let's have some wide legs. Let's take our right arm up and over the head, resting your opposite elbow on your leg, and gently lean to the side. You can grab your side if that's comfortable, and just stretch as much as you're comfortable leaning to that side. And with the opposite side, breathing. Bring that arm up and over your head. Even if it's just to here, if you feel the stretch, that's perfect. Let's place both of our hands outside our right leg, sitting tall, breathing in. Let's turn and look behind you as you breathe out. Keep breathing. And to the left. Hands outside your left leg. Turn your upper body. Look behind you and breathe. Good. Take your right hand onto the right shoulder. Lifting your elbow. Hold that stretch. And with your left hand on your left shoulder, lift that elbow and hold it as you breathe. Now for the shoulder, right hand, left shoulder. Hold that elbow to the left and breathe. And left hand on right shoulder. And underneath, grab your arm, bring that elbow to the right. That's a good stretch behind the shoulder. Now bring your arms behind you, grabbing the bottom back of the backrest. Make sure you're slid towards the front of your chair. Press the shoulders back, arching your back, chin up slightly, and breathe 3 deep breaths. Now, interlock the fingers, making a circle with your arms and rounding your neck and back. Open up the back, pulling your shoulder blades apart. Breathe. Good. Let's bring the right knee towards the chest, hugging it tight, sitting tall with your back. And with your left, lifting that knee, hugging it close. Let's give our back a little more of a stretch with some wide legs. Let's reach towards the floor, keeping the head up. Breathe. Okay, now let's take that right foot, place it on your opposite leg. Sit nice and tall. And stretch that hip. Just one moment. If you feel comfortable, you can bend forward from the hips just a little bit as you exhale, but don't press yourself, just if it feels comfortable. Just one more stretch. And the opposite leg, same thing. Sit tall. Remember, if this is an uncomfortable posture for your hips, just cross at the knee. Sorry, cross at the ankle. And final stretch. Make sure you're at the front of the chair, heel on the ground, and toe pointing up. Sit nice and tall with your back, breathing in. And bending forward from your hips. Breathe out. Continue the deep breaths as you stretch the back of the leg. Keep your head up so you're not feeling lightheaded. And opposite leg. We'll finish off with our end of our stretches. Sit tall and bend from the hips. Breathe. Very good, everyone. Let's finish off with something I haven't done in a while. Let's tap, clap, and happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining me. That's the end of Falls Prevention today. Have a great day, everyone.